Hello, everybody. This is Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot again, and today we're bringing you another story. I know it's not a Sunday. We usually upload on Sundays, but I'm bringing you one today on a Saturday. And right now, you're looking at a house that is across from me that no one lives in. It's been used as a tool shed for quite a few years. And this morning about 5:30, I heard a whoop right behind this house. So yeah, we have them right here at my home. Don't want them here, because you never know how they're going to react. So, but we'll deal with it as it comes. And I hope y'all enjoy the. If you see a Bigfoot, let me know. It's kind of a tight shot of the roof of the house and a little bit of the woods behind it. And it's a overgrown grassy field in front of it. So if you see a Bigfoot walk across there, email me and let me know. And I'd appreciate it. Oh, and one other thing to all the viewers and the subscribers. Well, I have decided to put this to a vote. We kind of don't want to put anybody's face on this channel, because then somebody will know the person and go from there. But the next video will probably be coming out Monday morning or Monday afternoon, and what we're going to do is we're going to have y'all vote on through the email whether you get to see me or not, or me and my wife or not. So in the next video, I'm going to give you a shot of my back. And if you vote today, tonight, and tomorrow and Sunday night, and we're going to do this like a democracy, not like our country, which is a republic. We're going to do this democracy style. The most votes, depending on what they are, whether you want to see my face and my wife's face, or if you want to just have a back shot of me and maybe me turn around and then give you a brief second or two of look at what I look like, and or maybe I'll be in a mask. You never know. So send your votes in through the email address, which is oldbearsden2019@gmail.com. So we're done with all that. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to tell you. Right now we're working on a design for shirts, and we may have shirts here soon, depending on how difficult it is going to be to get all this done and get them all made up in the way we want them. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully here in the next month we will have t-shirts for you. And I hope you like the design. We decided to have an old bear and an alpha Bigfoot doing a fight with a mountain man inside of a cave, taking aim at the alpha Bigfoot, because the old bear is his buddy. Yes, my name is going that way. It depicts what we are doing. So we appreciate your input on everything we do, and we try to get to all of your comments and give you a like, thumbs up, or a heart or something. So everybody, send your comments about seeing me and my wife, if you want to see us as we are, humans, or if you want to just see this old ugly man here, this old ugly bear with a mask on. And it'd be a little funny if it's with the mask on. At least I think it would be. But anyway, let's get into the story today. This story came from a subscriber. She came to the Discord last Saturday night and came and listened. And she had a wonderful time. We talked to her and she asked questions about the last video we put out. And she got all the information she wanted. And As we wrapped the show up last Saturday night around 9:30 or something till 10 Eastern time, we started. Everybody got on around 8 o'clock, and we waited for a few more to come in that were coming, and we had quite a few people last week, and we hope we have more this week. But if not, we're still going to give the stories to everyone that comes, and we hope to see you all there. Anyway, like I said, this story comes from a subscriber, and she came to Discord. And as we wrapped up, she spoke up and wanted to tell about a story her mom relayed to her. It starts with her mom being 12 years old and playing in the woods near St. Mary's, West Virginia. Now the time was in the late 1950s, early 1960s. And it was quite a few years before the Patterson and Gimlin infamous footage came out. And her mom was playing around and gathering firewood for her mom. It was one of her chores when she was a little girl. And and in this story, it's a little different. She actually never saw the Bigfoot, but some other people did whenever she was running through the woods, and while this was all going on. Now, there's no way of knowing if she would have just gathered the firewood up and left the woods instead of playing around. Kids 12 years old are going to play, and there's no way of knowing if she would have just gathered the firewood, if the Bigfoot would have done the same thing it did, and so I can't answer that question for you, but I will try to do the best on this the rest of the story. Anyway, as she was doing her chore for her mom, she heard a loud scream very near her. This scared her, but what happened next caused her to run for her life. It's getting interesting. This Bigfoot decided to come crashing through the woods, and before it came crashing through the woods, she heard it growl. Then she heard it running towards her. It came running at her, so she took off for home. And here's how we know that this thing was a Bigfoot, because she had cousins that were there in the woods near her, and they were gathering firewood and stuff for their home, and they saw the Bigfoot chasing after her. I guess they were a little ways away from her, and they turned around and heard it, crashing through the woods. And evidently this Bigfoot was running over top of little trees and making as much noise as it possibly could. Anyway, her cousins saw it. Her cousins were, they know what a bear was. Back at that time, everybody knew what a bear was. Even as a young child, you knew what a bear was, because your parents would make sure you know what it was and not to mess with one. Anyway, she ran all the way home. When she got home, she told her mom, who was home looking after the garden. And her grandmother was there, and overheard her telling her mom what had happened to her. Her grandma knew these Bigfoot were there, but she knew them by a different name. Now, here's a different name that I hadn't heard until here recently, and it was an older, people in their upper 60s, 70s, 80 years old that used to call Bigfoot this. They were called wild folks back then. And her grandmother was a Cherokee medicine woman, and during times when it was lean, she would leave food out for the wild folks. And here's this thing that I found strange. Her mom was back at the house. Instead of being in the woods with her 12-year-old daughter gathering firewood, her mom was back at the house protecting the garden. or looking after the garden. And as she looked after the garden, I believe that she told her daughter, which that it was the reason she stayed behind was because it was at a time when all the garden stuff was coming in, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the corn, parsley, all that stuff was coming in. You know, it was reaching maturity when you could start picking all this stuff. And evidently they had Bigfoots in their garden before, and evidently they were like a bull in a china shop when they got into the garden. They destroyed more than what they took, I guess, or maybe took everything that turned up missing anyway. And so that's why Mom stayed home. I guess the Bigfoot didn't care what time of day or night it was. They went in there when they wanted to and got what they wanted. So it seems to me that the wild folks were hungry and seen people in the woods, and that's why they chased after the little girl, and she screamed the whole time she was running home. So you know that little girl was tired, and it ran her cousins out of the woods, and the little girl ran home to Mom, and you know, she didn't say whether her mother, whether the Bigfoot came and got in the garden afterwards or what happened, but we'll leave that up to y'all's imagination. Let me know what you think, and I hope everybody likes this video, and I hope you enjoyed the story. And come to Discord if you can. There's a link for the Discord, and I hope you all enjoy the channel, and we will have more stories for you. Like I said, leave us an email, and the yays for seeing me and my wife in the next video. Send me an email at oldbearsden2019@gmail.com if you want to see me and my wife. If you want to see this old ugly man in a mask, pursuant to what my nickname is, send me an email for that too at oldbearsden2019@gmail.com. Anyway, I hope y'all have a blessed day, and every one of y'all try to make it to the Discord, and if you can't, you'll get the video the day after we do the Discord, which is tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hope you enjoy it, and we're done for today. Thank y'all.